Hello my crafty friends, Corrine here from Corrine Crafts. I hope you are well. Look at this gorgeous card. Isn't this beautiful? Now this is today's project. I hope you like this. It is floating. We've got the acetate floating, so it looks like these flowers are just floating above the card and giving this gorgeous drop shadow. I love that I've got the light above here and it's creating all that drop shadow effect. A nice simple really bold stand out sentiment on there, and that's all we've got. It's a really quick card. It's really thrifty. I take out the bits of card I don't need and put this together really quickly, and I'm going to show you now how I did it. Nothing makes me happier than making a beautiful card or project from just a few scraps of material. And I'm going to start here with a piece of acetate. It is 4 inches wide by 5 3/4. So I could get 2 of these from one sheet. Now it is my thicker acetate, it's my heavy duty rather than the heat resistant one I used the other day. But still, it's really useful. And then this is just a scrap of about 200 GSM white card. I do like this, and it does cut really nicely. So first thing I need to do is remember to take the back off my acetate. That's on there just to protect it, so we can take that off. If you don't put it on and then you put your adhesive on the back of here, it's just going to fall off. So I can put that to one side, and the next thing I've got my cardstock, and I'm going to cut some flowers out of that. Now I've got a couple of floral dies. I've also got this little one and another one which I've lost. It was here a minute ago and it's just disappeared. But anyway, so I'm going to cut the smaller ones out of pink and the larger ones out of white. Now I think I need about 8 or 10, and they're dead easy to cut. And I'll just show you. All I do with these, just move that one out of the way for a minute. All I do for this is take this onto here, get my mini die cutting machine, put that in and run that through. Now it's a thin cardstock, so if it doesn't cut perfectly, all I'll need to do is to add a quick shim. Let's have a turn over. Oh, right, now it's cut. I can see it's cut, but it's not put the emboss detail on. So what I'm going to do is bend down to my bin. Oh, this is actually the piece I was using to do all the prep, and I put a piece, and that's a piece of 300 GSM, put it over the top, run it back through one more time. And then when I look at this time, because it's had the pressure, this time, can you see? I can see it from the back. It's added all those gorgeous emboss details in. So of the smaller dies, I've just cut them both out of pink, so you can see like that. And you can see I've already started to do this here. All I need to do is, I'll move that one out of the way in case I don't need it. I'm not going to do anything with those ones, these small ones, and you'll see in a minute. But basically the middle size ones, I'm going to get some tacky glue and a pair of tweezers. Now what I tend to do is I've got my mat, and I just use my mat as a waste bit really. So I'm going to put a little bit of tacky glue, or I could use my precision glue press, it wouldn't matter either way. And then I just put a little bit of glue on there. Don't worry about the control too much. Give it a tap, that sort of spreads it round and takes off any excess. And then I'm just going to put it in the centre. Now this is really unusual for me, and I find this quite hard because I'm not doing any shaping. But for the design I'm going to do, really you don't want to do shaping. I want flat designs. Now you could do this in all sorts of colours. These flowers, because they're not supposed to look like a real flower, work really well in bright colours, really gorgeous in your primary colours. They look lovely. Okay, so once you've got as many flowers as you think you're going to need, now those are the 2 with the wet glue, so I'm going to use those 2 first because I can put them in the middle. I'll put this on here. Hopefully you can still see, look, I've got acetate there. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to get these, I'm going to put some glue on the back. Now any glue will do because we're not going to see the glue or adhesive, so all I'm doing is tapping it on there to spread it around, and then I'm going to pop these on. Now what I would say to you is what we want to do is we want random, and random is hard, so just do the best you can. I'm just putting these ones in the middle because they're the ones I've just stuck down, so I don't want these ones to be ones that I have to trim, because that's when things start moving. You can always get a cloth just to press them down, and then I'll get some of them more. So these are ones that are nice and dry, so if one of these needs to go over the edge, it really won't matter. So then I'm going to start trying to pop them off the edges. Don't worry about the gaps. We're going to fill the gaps in a minute. Oops, see, this is why you need to just do, I'm just going to press that to get any excess glue off. There we go. And then we can come around another side and pick up another one. So easy to do, and again, this can just be all your little scraps doing this as well. So I just want to make sure it's not, I don't want that level, so I'm just going to just put it there. And just try and be as random as you can. It's not easy, but if you can be, you're going to get a better result. So I can put, that one's not in line with anything else. And then we can go like this. And then I can put one just there. And I can put one, just keep it going. Let's go with one just there. Now what I did do is when I was cutting some before, I'd got some that I hadn't got the centres in, and that's quite useful because what I can do is I can glue this one, you can see it's already been trimmed into, and then I could maybe put that one, where could I put that one? I might put that one down here. And then I've just put a bit of pink on after it's trimmed. So we just need to keep going over the edges. And once you've got them where you want them, what we can then do, I don't want to get glue on there, I can actually use the glues on here and just pick up some of these and put them wherever you want, just in the little gaps. It doesn't have to be symmetrical, but it look from my view, I think it looks better if it's not symmetrical. So let's try and put one in here. And like I say, if you've got any glue on your acetate, just pick it up. So just keep going like that. And then all you do then, now this is quite hard to do because I'm doing this in real time, is just trim. Now the other way to do it is to have your acetate a little bit bigger, let them dry, and then take it to your paper trimmer. And then just trim off all the edges. There we go. You can see I've got a little bit sticking proud over there, a little bit. Ideally you would leave this to dry. So I suppose I could have stopped the camera, but just keep going. And this one, just keep go. Oh, look, I see I'm nudging. This is why it's always better to leave it to dry. I'm just going to turn that over so I can see. There we go. And can you see how we just keep trimming these off? I often find it's so much easier to trim from the back. Can you see? Doesn't that look pretty? Oh, I've missed one. How did I miss that? There we go. And I could carry on putting a few more little pink ones on. And once you're finished, this is what you got. Now, you see, the only other thing I have done is I've taken my couple of different sort of crystally type drops. So this is the pearl one, and I've gone where it's a white and pink, I put a gold pearl in the centre. And where it's just a white one, and where it's just a pink one, sorry, I put a white Nouveau drop. If you don't have anything like liquid pearls, you would be able to just put just a little mini pearl in, or a little something. I just think it finished it off completely. Now the only other thing I have done is I've gone behind and I actually took a foam tape roll. It's not my really skinny one, it's about, what's that, 2 or 3 millimeters thick, and I've just put it all over. Now I've just made sure that all of the foam tape is completely behind the white, so it's nicely secured and hidden. So we can take that, and I don't have to take all those backs off, I just have to make sure I take off enough to adhere it down. So we need a card base. I told you this is going to be a quick card, and you'll see earlier I had a centre there. Now I've already told you that this piece of acetate, I said 4 inches, sorry, it was 4 1/4 inches by 5 1/2. So what I've then gone up, my card base is 3/4 inch bigger at 5 inches by 6 1/4. So it was a 5 by 7 card base, blank, but I trimmed it down. So yeah, you can just trim it down like that. And I put on some gold and I put on pink. Now this pink to me is quite a precious pink, so I've taken out. I always do my borders at 3/4 inch. I find anything smaller, it starts to cockle and bend. But can you see I've got a perfect border around the outside, and I don't need to worry about that in the middle. So what I've got next is I've got a piece of white card. And now you can see why I've taken out the centre, because it's hidden. All that, effectively I'd have had all of that pink card underneath there that nobody would have seen. So I've taken my little fine tape. I will fess up to you, I was actually planning to do this tape on the next layer, and then I put it on this layer by mistake. But never mind, nobody would know. If I hadn't have told you, you'd never know, would you? So let's just clear my nozzle. So this is my PVA glue. I always put my PVA glue on my foam tape, as you will know, just to give it wriggle room. So this is a perfect thrifty card. You know I love to do my thrifty cards, and I have my Thrifty Thursday series. So I don't know if this is going to go out on a Thursday. If it does, I'll call it a Thrifty Thursday. If not, we'll just have a bonus thrifty card. So I've done that, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put another white layer on, just so we've got that tiny white border all the way around. So I need my tacky glue, I'm not going to go PVA, I always like to go tacky glue, and I'm going to pop that on here. If you want, you could do this with a dry adhesive, such as your tapes, your red liner, your spray adhesive, or you could even put foam tape on again. But I'm actually going to have two different heights already, so I didn't think I needed it. But I do like that white on white. Now what you could do here as well is you could take that, you could get something like a stamping block, and then put that on with something heavy on top. So while I'm just going to leave that for 1 minute while I take the foam tape off the back of here. So let's take this off. I'm just going to leave it there. I've not taken all the foam tape off, but I've taken off enough foam tape that it will adhere, and the rest of the foam tape is there for support, to stop the project from dipping and bowing. If you want to take them all off, I know a lot of people would rather take all the backs off, but that's entirely up to you. A little bit of wet glue, and then we can take our card base back, which has just had that stamping block on for a few minutes, and then we can put that on there, and that now looks like it's absolutely floating. And I love that you're going to get the shadow underneath. Now another way to do, you couldn't really do this as a shaker card unless you put a frame around, because you'd see the tape if you wanted to seal it. So yeah, this is probably the only way to do that, but you could do lots of different shapes. But doesn't that look absolutely gorgeous? I think that's so modern and so pretty. So the other thing I want to do is I want to bring back the gold. So I've just tied myself a bow, nice big bow, and I've actually done myself 2 sentiments. Now I know the black's quite jarring, but I think it works really well on a modern level to sort of add in. If you wanted to, you could always go gold and white, whichever way you want, gold with white or white with gold, it's up to you. But I thought the black really makes it pop. So I've done Congratulations and done Smile. Now Smile's from one of my old previous signature collections, which I love to see my handwriting in, which is really good. So I can put that on like that. And then the Congratulations, I don't even know what brand this is. It's this one. It's possibly Crafter's Companion. It's just a 2-layer one. I'm not totally sure. I quite like the black, because do I like the black? I'm doubting myself now. Oh, I wish I could hear what you all think. Do I want... Now I'm going to go Congratulations, just because I think it will make the card even more usable. So I've just tied myself a bow, and I'm just going to clear my nozzle. I'm going to pop a little bit of glue there, and then I can put my bow through that. And then the great thing is with this, because I've got lumps and bumps with the heights, I'm going to go there. And again, we're not having to worry about it being invisible, because all the glue is in a layer that we can't see. So all I'm going to do then is just put that onto there. All right, I just need a little bit more glue under that end to make up for the height of the string, the twine. So let's just put that just like that. This is why I love using things like 3D glue, because it gives me that time to take them off and do it again. So I've just got a little bit of gold coming out of there, and I've got that. And how about that? Now, we definitely don't need any more gems or pearls, because we've got plenty. But how about that? I just think that is gorgeous. It could work for a new baby card, so you could do that in pink and white. You could even do this in blue and white or yellow and white if it was for a new baby. How gorgeous would that be? And there you go. That is today's project. I told you it was quick and it's really, really thrifty. Uses up all those scraps. I just used 2 pieces of scrap card and just put them together like that. I think that is gorgeous. I hope you like that too. Please don't forget to click on any of the links down at the bottom. This is all the plugs. And please don't forget to like and subscribe if you don't already do so. I'll also have links to my Buy Me a Coffee page, and I'll link to maybe another Thrifty Thursday project, and also my subscribe button on the right. So thank you for watching and staying with me. I hope you enjoyed that. I love it sometimes when we can do nice and quick projects, because sometimes that's all we want. So until next time, my crafty friends, you take care, look after yourself, enjoy your crafting, and I wonder what we'll be looking at next. Bye for now.